Maddie, thanks so much for coming today.
Oh, thanks for having me here.
I can see some pumpkin, some crusty bread,
Yes.
and some chickpeas. What are you sharing with us today?
Well, very creatively titled, I'm sharing a pumpkin and chickpea soup, which we may put some bread in afterwards, yeah.
So we've got a lovely butternut pumpkin here, my
Yep.
favourite for making soup, so rich.
Yeah, I mean, you can chuck any pumpkin in you want, but I love the flavour of this.
Talk me through, why is this recipe so important to you? Are you off meat at the moment, or?
I am, actually, it's kind of interesting. I actually was trying to watch out for my cholesterol. The doctor said, hey, you know, if you want to just do the best you can for your cholesterol, maybe back off your red meats, because I always believe I'm superhuman and my cholesterol was just a little higher than average. I was like, what can I do? So I actually cut out all meat, and I thought I'll do that for a few weeks, see how we go.
Yeah.
That was about 3 years ago, and I just
wow.
never started eating meat again.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So we've got the butternut pumpkin all cut up. You could use Japanese, right?
Absolutely, Japanese, Jarrahdale, whatever your preference, but I kind of like the flavour in this. It's got a big kind of juicy flavour to it.
And it also depends when it's in season. When they're in season, you just can't beat any pumpkin as is. So
absolutely.
Nice sea salt on there.
Yeah, so if you like pepper, you can chuck that on. It's just all personal kind of little flavourings as you go along. There's nothing too complicated about this at all.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, a little bit of olive oil. Okay, well, I'll let you put it in the oven.
Okay,
you have to do some work while you're here.
right.
Got that on about 180?
Yeah, well, 180, and we'll leave that for about 40 minutes.
Okay. Now, you mentioned you're on the road. That's because you're a comedy hypnotist, is that right?
It is. So if this doesn't turn out as it should, we'll certainly believe it does. It's fine.
And how did this recipe come about?
This is actually really interesting. I was asked to submit a recipe for a recipe book for dementia awareness and helping raising funds people living with dementia. It's a disease that's not curable, so it's great that there's a lot of things going on which can help people live with that a little easier. And so as someone who works directly with the mind and knowing how the images and memories in your mind are so important and what you can do with those, I was really proud to be asked to be involved in it, so yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so beautiful because with cooking it's not just looking at things, you've got smells, there's so much of the senses being activated, so that's a great initiative.
Exactly, you know what, you can smell something and it can take you back 20 years, that memory just pops out from 20 years ago, that certain dish, that certain time, the people you were with, the things you were doing, so yes, smells are one of those amazing senses and food triggers that all the time.
Oh, that's fantastic, yeah. Matt, we've got a couple more minutes to the pumpkins done. Should we get started on the onions?
Yeah, I'm all about combining our time. So let's do this just before the pumpkin's ready. I'll chuck some little bit of oil in here.
So we're just sautéing these so that they're nice and translucent, or?
Oh, I'm quite happy to go a lot browner on these. I like the flavour of that extra little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I might chuck the garlic in now, right?
Yeah, perfect. All right, well that's looking great. Now normally I'd chuck butter in this, but this is actually an almost vegan recipe, yeah?
Yeah, you don't actually need the butter on that. It's fine with that oil. So.
No, I just feel like everything needs butter actually. Okay, cool. Well, let's check on the pumpkin.
Yeah.
See if it's done. This is the best way to cook pumpkin soup because you can boil it obviously, but you're just missing out.
The flavour is so much better.
Yeah.
With the roast.
I'll assist. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, and then our stock.
Yeah, so there's a litre of veggie stock there. What we'll do now, we'll just bring this to the boil. Once we're on the boil, then we'll kind of simmer it down and start hand mashing.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's boiling. Is it time to mash?
Yeah, so let's whack it over here. Just start slogging away.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can hand whisk and it makes it easier, makes it much smoother, but I like the texture of this kind of just,
You got a bit of
we're gonna leave some lumps in it, and plus this is the only workout I get this week as well.
I was about to say, I missed out in the gym this morning.
Yeah. But look, I reckon I've kind of mashed this enough for my satisfaction.
Perfect.
For yours as well.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, we'll chuck the chickpeas in. I can do that right here, right now.
Yeah.
We'll pop that back on the top here, and we'll just simmer and stir for about 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Let them take up all that flavour.
Yeah, let it soak in.
All right, excellent. Let's serve up. So I've noticed there is some cream over there.
Well, it's flavouring, but also just decorative as well.
Yeah,
on the top, if you really want to give that fancy flourish.
Okay, perfect. Now, I've got a spoon here.
Yep.
Do you want me to do this?
Yeah, I'd love to see how you do it.
Oh dear, pressure's
Because
on.
mine normally just looks like a big splodge, and I'm happy with that. So
Well, oh yes, mine's looking very similar.
this is the extra little sting in the tail to take it back. Cayenne pepper, and we're all happy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Matt. That's fantastic.
Absolute pleasure. Enjoy.
I will.
You will.